Hey guys, Sabersting here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play video. So in this video, we're really pushing the missions and getting far towards Arbiter. I'm also pulling a few shards along the way, looking for the mystery shards, trying to get a few good rares, and also managed to push really hard in Arena. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So, just a quick update on where I am. I was grinding a little bit overnight. I managed to get quite a few mystery shards. I'm level 19 now, and I've unlocked the market. So, when you get the market, you have to buy these extra slots using either gems or silver. Now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to leave it as is until I see a good slot, and then I'm going to actually spend the gems or the silver to unlock it. So I'm not going to unlock this slot now. I'm going to wait until there's a shard there, either an ancient or a champion that I really want, and then I'm going to buy it up because there's no rush. I've also made some progress in dungeons at the moment. Been mainly using the magic keep because Arix, Talia, and Elhain are all magic affinity. So I can farm stage 6 quite comfortably now. Can't quite do stage 7. And then on the arcane keep, pushed up a little bit as well. I'm a bit better at that one. Only one stage higher, stage 7. Can't quite do stage 8 yet. None of the other dungeons I've really dipped into. Dragon's Lair to try and start to get some gear. You can see speed and lifesteal, and even accuracy gear and toxic. Not bad either. This dungeon, really, the dragon, is where you want to be getting all of your gear. Spider, where you're going to be getting your accessories, it's okay, but for now, it's not really a focus. Same with Ice Golem. The gear in Ice Golem, there's literally no gear here that I even would use on my main account. Maybe reflex in certain situations, but none of this gear here is going to be beneficial to me. So I'm only doing Ice Golem to complete specific challenges when I can't get out of doing it. I'm not going to be spending any of my energy in there because it's just kind of a waste of resources at the minute. And for Fire Knight, this has some better sets. Shield set is really good. Crit damage, really good. Regeneration, Savage, and Stun. It's got some of the best sets in the game, Fire Knight, but the trade-off is Fire Knight is a lot harder to complete. I think I'll start pushing on with this dungeon when I unlock Rhonda after a week, because I know Rhonda's going to be putting a lot of work in this dungeon. So yeah, that's where I am at the moment. I've been pushing on in the arena as well. Go away, special offers. In the arena as well, I'm almost at Bronze 4. I've won all of my battles so far. So yeah, we're just going to keep going with that. Arix has been a carry. Thanks to Arix, I've managed to push up to stage 7, chapter 7 Tilsha on the campaign, and I'm on stage 5 at the moment, and the team that I've been using is Talia in combination with Arix, because using both Elhain and Talia were just too squishy. One of them always ended up dying, even though there was a lot of damage output, but Arix, because she's a HP-based champion, she's a lot tankier, and she is never dying in these runs, so hopefully it means I can get through this campaign a lot quicker and get all the juicy rewards that are along the bottom. As you can see there, big smack. She's doing way more damage than both Talia and Elhain, considering they're both attack-based champions. And the fact that Arix has 2 AoEs on an A1 and an A2 means it's really consistent in just wearing down the waves. Eventually, I will be putting her in a stun set and getting some gear from Fire Knight, but for now, I've just put her in HP-based gear because she's a HP champion and all of her damage scales off HP. That means that you don't need to have any attack on her. Her attacks work based off a different damage scale. So the higher HP she has, the harder her attacks will hit. Also, I noticed that this Halberdier guy that I got last episode, he is part of the fusion. So if we go, and it's important to keep an eye out for these fusion champions and never feed them. If we go on fusion on Razin Scarhide, you can see that over here, to fuse this epic champion Torture Helm, we've got Halberdier now. So we need to collect all of these, and Razin is amazing, absolutely amazing. I've got him on my main account. He's carrying me in Lizardmen faction. Great turn meter, great control, great for clan boss, things like that. So I will be hoping to get him as soon as, but obviously it depends on the luck that I get from shards and stuff. As you can see, I'm currently 13th in my novice tournament. When you're first making an account, your goal is to win this tournament. And you can do that by getting points in all areas of the game, winning arena battles, getting artifacts from dungeons, leveling up your champions, all aspects of the game. But here you can see I'm 13th, and I've been playing quite a bit in my first day or two, and still we've got people absolutely sweating it at the top here. Obviously, a couple of people that have created new free-to-plays along with the challenge that's been going around in the community for the new year, and they are absolutely killing it, because if you get first place, you get an ancient shard. And even second place is great with these gems here. But we have unlocked this champion, a new rare guy. I'll just claim him, and then I'll show you what he can do, if he's worth leveling up or investing in whatsoever. So he's called Elder. Let's have a look at his skills. A1, attacks one enemy. Small, very minuscule chance of a provoke. It's okay. Ally protect and an extra turn. Pretty decent. This guy could actually be good for campaign, but I've got Arix for the ally protection now. But he could actually be quite good for campaign if you've got a few people that are dying. Maybe it's a spirit affinity, so you can have him who's a magic affinity and he's quite strong against the enemies, and then take vengeance counter attack and a bit of a heal on himself. That's not very good, not a great skill, but he does have the ally protect. So for clan boss, it's only it's only on one ally, it's not on everyone. So yeah, I wouldn't really invest in this guy. 4-star maximum. Maybe he can help you get through a few cup campaign stages, but other than that, no, not worth investing in at all. And boom, Bad Alcazar is down. We've completed chapter 8 of the campaign. What do we get as a reward? We've got another rare book. I'm still saving up these rare books. Because I got Arix, I'm not using Elhain as much in like the campaign areas like that. So I've decided to save my rare books a bit more until I get like maybe an apothecary or another good rare champion that I know I'm definitely going to use in multiple areas going forward. I'm still going to work on Elhain, obviously, not neglect it completely, because all the starter champions are decent and some of the better rares out there. But rare books and books in general are really hard to come by. So it's an important factor that you just save your books and you don't use them until you're absolutely sure. And of course, obviously, never use epic books on rare champions or legendary books on epic champions, because you just don't get as much benefit from it. And now, upon completing that stage of the campaign, this is where we're at the moment, working through chapter 9, we've just earned these gems, 50 gems, which is a lot. Now you can see we have 315 gems, and this is where we have a decision to make. So, what we can do with these gems at this point, we can either save them towards buying. Let me show you. On masteries here. So, in terms of masteries, you can obviously get them from the Minotaur dungeon. And masteries are very important because you can get bonus stats, bonus effects, and a champion with full masteries is amazing. And it's to get a champion fully 6-star with all their masteries is the most important thing that you want to be doing on a new account. Obviously, we've got a few masteries here. Crit rate plus 5%. For any attack champions, this is the best. This is the one you should be going for, and then going down to crit damage. So offense, obviously, for attack champions, and at HP or defense champions, you want to be going support or defense, and a mixture of these. So it really depends on the champion. If you're unsure about any masteries, then have a look and see if people have got any specific champion guides and that kind of thing. Hellhades.com is brilliant for that. They've got great grade ratings on all of the champions and recommended masteries and things like that if you're ever unsure. We've also put on Arix 2 of these immortal pieces that we got from completing. I think it was like chapter 6 of the campaign, something along those lines. But basically, I had a full life set on her, but then I replaced it with immortal, because you can see here the bonuses that she's getting from the life set is plus 15% HP, which is pretty good. But immortal is plus 15% HP, plus she heals as well by an extra 3% every turn. So immortal is just a straight up upgrade on life, which is why I've put the immortal on it instead of the life kit. But now, to get these masteries, going back to the mastery point, you can pay 700, I think it is, 700 gems to fully get a champion's masteries, instead of having to go through the Minotaur and use all of that energy and waste all those resources. You can save 700 gems, which is a lot, but you can buy up all their masteries and make things a lot quicker. Now, other things you can do with your gems, you can unlock this gem mine, 500 gems to unlock. Starts producing your gems on your account overall. If you're going to be playing this game for a while, I'm playing this for the foreseeable future, for the rest of this year at least anyway, and it's a good idea to unlock this gem mine, because you start to see the returns pretty soon enough. But there's always the incentive to buy from the gem shop this pack, the small shard pack, and every time I get 270 gems, I'm always tempted to get it. You get 3 ancient shards, you get some silver. It's enough silver to open all the shards, so it doesn't matter if you haven't got the silver to open them. And do you know what? I'm just going to do it because, like I said last video, I really want a good group of like 4 or 5 champions to work on, and then I'll start saving my shards. We've also got a lot of rare books saved up now, probably 3 or 4 from getting the campaign rewards and stuff. So for that reason, I really want another rare that I can put in my team and that's going to do something a bit different. So let's open these shards and hopefully we get something. This guy is awful. Slayer. Attacks one enemy, places a poison, has a chance of a stun. Not good, really. Attacks all enemies, just basic. Attacks one enemy, decrease attack. Very basic champion. Not worth booking up. Not worth investing in. He will be food. Second champion. This guy, Vagabond. He's a support, which could be good. I'm not really too familiar with his kit. Let's have a look. Fills the turn meter of all allies and places an increase attack. Oof. That's decent. Until I get a spirit host, that is decent. Definitely going in my arena team for now. What else does he do? Attacks one enemy, block buffs, not bad. Also fills this champion and fills another turn meter of an ally. Meh, it's okay-ish. And what's he done? It's A1. Very, very small chance to sleep. So he looks mediocre to me. He's a turn meter fill, which I was really looking for, that kind of champion. Gives me a bit of something different. So it's something to keep in mind. But will I invest in him? Maybe. It's a maybe. Oh, we've got an epic for the final shard. Arndulf. Arndulf. I don't know about this guy. Again, it's another epic that I've not got on my main account, and I've got a lot of epics on my main account. Is this a skill? Yeah, it's a skill. Reflect damage on all allies, and a counter attack specifically on him can be booked to a 3-turn cooldown. Looks quite strong. That will be good in clan boss. Great. What's his A2? Attacks all enemies, weaken, and a small chance at fear as well. Not bad. Quite a solid ability for this level of an account. That's not a bad ability at all. Based on defense, he's a defense-based champion, so he will be kept alive. Now, what's his A1? Attacks one enemy, very small chance at provoke, based on defense as well. Wow, so I think he's actually probably going to be my next champion investing in, along with Arix. I'll probably make these two my pair for campaign going forward, because it's always better in campaign to have a defense-based champion because they'll just stay alive a lot easier. And Talia was going down in some of those more recent fights in campaign in the Chapter 8 and the Chapter 9. So Arndulf could actually be pretty good. I'm really happy at that, actually. Can't complain at an epic already from my 4th or my 5th Ancient Shard. So really, really happy. Level 20, level up, and we've unlocked Faction Wars. This is great. I'm going to click skip for now, but I am going to go over to it. So, looking at Faction Wars, you can get some really, really juicy rewards from Faction Wars. We've got 3 open at the moment. So, basically, how you do Faction Wars is you can participate every day. You've got 12 keys. You can use these keys in the faction crypts. You can only attack these specific crypts with champions from that specific faction. So on this high elf crypt here, I only have Elhain from my high elves, so I can only battle this using Elhain. But you get loads of good rewards along the bottom here. You can see energy, books, chickens, shards. I'm going to try and work towards that 25 stars there and get that shard. And also, eventually, when you go down, you can get more books from these epic books there, and then beating the final boss, which will take ages, but you get legendary books there. So Faction Wars is really good. And the thing about Faction Wars is you can easily just stick some random gear on some bad, like, rare champions and just build up their stats a little bit, level up their gear to like level 8 or so, and not even invest a lot in them, and they can easily get you through like the first 3 or 4 stages of Faction Wars, which obviously gives you a boost because it gives you all of these rewards down here. So that's what I'm going to start working towards. Oh, we're getting battered in this fight. Arix is going to come in here with a smack. Oh, geez, this has been a hard one. Wow, because Rhonda's been putting in so much work. We've managed to just about survive. Just about. Oh, Gaelix finishes off. It's gonna take our first L in a very long time. As you can see, it's because he had 3 4-star champions and the Ronda who put in an unbelievable amount of work against me there. So we've got stuff to improve on. And maybe trying to take out Elhain and put in Arndulf. He's gonna maybe put in a bit more work in the arena, survive that first hit if we get outsped, and then put in a bit of a smack, hopefully. But this arena team definitely needs improving, and I'm determined to get to silver very, very soon. Arix absolutely puts in work with the two AoEs. Look at that. Easily shredding through the campaign. This chapter's been one of the easiest that I've had so far because now Arix is really flourishing. And this is great because it means I can get these stars and get the rewards so much quicker. She hits ridiculously hard, and I had no idea. I've not really seen her mentioned on YouTube. Chapter 9 completed. Talia went down at the very end of the dragon fight. That dragon was one of the tougher bosses so far. Arix made it look like a cakewalk, but Talia couldn't quite survive until the end. Boom, we've got a couple of good speed rolls in there for Arndulf now. We've got one speed roll there and another speed roll here. So he's got an extra 15 speed already, which means he's going to be faster than a lot of the people we're coming up against in campaign, which is great because ideally we have him faster than Arix, which he is now, which is great because now it means that he can use his attack all enemy skill with a weaken, put a weaken down, and then Arix can come in and mop everyone up with a big smack here. So it's important when you're building your champions in terms of speed to think about the synergy and the order that you want them to go in. You want your debuff champion, someone who's going to be putting a decreased defense, a weaken, a freeze, something along those lines. You want them to be going faster because it means that they can put their debuffs out and stop people attacking your nuker. Usually your nuker is your squishier one, like a Talia or an Elhain. Luckily, we managed to get Arix, who is both sturdy and she hits hard as well. But it's still beneficial because it means you're going to be doing more damage when eventually you do get to this skill and you use it. Right, so I've upgraded the gear on my champions a little bit more, and we're going to go back to this fight here that I lost initially against this guy. We're going to stick Arndulf in instead of Shield Guard, and we're going to do it manually, and hopefully we can get the dub against this pesky, pesky man with his Ronda. See, look, he's faster than me. Everyone's going down. Talia manages to survive, puts out her nuke, which does barely any damage, and I think that's the problem. Now we're going to try and nuke with. Oh, we've stunned everyone though. We've stunned everyone. That's a dub. And now what we're going to do, we can take down one of these guys. He's just going to be brought back straight away by Shaman, but we're going to do it anyway so that she can waste her revive ability there and then hit everyone again with Arix. Ronda's dead. That's the main thing. Gaelic's dead. Now he's got nothing that he can do to me, really. He can't take away a chunk of Arix's HP with Shaman because your attack is low. And there we go. Boom. We've done it. We've beaten our hardest opponent yet in the arena. So that's going to propel me to now finish off the rest of these and then maybe get into silver soon, but we're waiting on some tokens. Another shield guard. An Omega! Yes! Great. That is a big, big win. And we've just completed this mission to summon 5 champions. That is such a huge win. I think Omega is going to change my account even more than Shield Guard. Shield Guard, I know, is mainly for the future. That's why I'm keeping him here kind of in the mix. But Omega is definitely one that I'm going to be wanting to build out because he's very tanky as well. And I compare him with Arix, different affinity to her, and he should be able to stay alive a lot better than Talia and a few of the other champions that I've been using. So we've just done a dragon run. I've completed 16 battles there. You see, I went and got some food, come back, and I've returned to all of this great gear because I managed to push up to stage 7. And stage 7 is where you want to be getting in all the dungeons because it means you've got a chance of getting 5-star gear, like you can see here on this chest plate and on this shield here, 5-star gear. It's hard to know sometimes when you're a new player what gear is worth keeping and what gear isn't. You're looking for your main percentage stats on your gauntlets, your chest plate, and your boots. But obviously, for your boots, you want speed, priority, and on your gloves, you want crit rate. But for the chest, it's either HP percentage, defense percentage, or attack percentage. And all the substats, you're looking for the percentages as well, with a bit of speed in there, a bit of crit rate, that kind of thing. So, to round off and end this second episode of the free-to-play, I'll just let you know where I'm up to. So on the missions, I've been really punching through these. I'm on 52 out of 76. Hopefully tomorrow, I'll be able to finish this and get these gems here and then open some more ancient shards. In terms of the dungeons, I've just been moving on so that I'm at least at like level 5 on most of them. Arcane Keep is an easy dungeon. I'm on stage 9 there. Ice Golem I had to do for a few missions, so I managed to get up to stage 6. But other than that, I'm not going to be spending much time there. Minotaur managed to get up to stage 7. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. But then mostly where I've been spending all of my time has been Dragon's Lair. And I'm at stage 7 there. As you can see, it's way better than stage 6 because it actually gives you the chance of getting the 5-star gear, which is so much better. And then, in terms of the arena, I managed to get all the way up to Silver 2. No one's been really giving me too many problems in arena. I've come up against a bit of a wall now. Loads of legendaries being thrown in here. But the main bane of my life at the moment is Ultimate Death Knight. If you see an Ultimate Death Knight and he's not ascended like this guy here, he won't be any trouble at all. But if you see one like this one who is ascended, it means he unlocks his passive, which basically protects the entire rest of the enemy team and just focuses all of the damage on him. And it's a ridiculous passive. Luckily, we'll be able to counter that when we get our Ronda. But until then, I'm just going to avoid him like crazy in arena. But we've been doing very well, and we've managed to upgrade our Great Hall by a couple of places. So we've upgraded the defense and the HP. And to get the maximum chest on Clan Boss on easy, you have to get over 1 million damage. So I'm not quite there at the moment. So just to round off the video, we have this one ancient shard. Let's open it. Fingers crossed, we get something good to end the video off. It's a rare. Oh, is it Rotting Mage? Let's have a look at what he does. Attacks one enemy, chance of a stun. Increase attack and an increased defense. So this would be really good. But again, it's the low versions of both of these buffs. Obviously, because he's only a rare champion. But it's a 25% and only a 30%. So overall, it's not really going to be very good. And on the A1, it's just an awful chance to freeze. So yeah, this guy is food, and he's going to get fed into one of my other better champions. So that concludes the video for today. Made some great progress today. Great progress in campaign and in arena especially. I'm really happy with how I was able to push on in arena. Thank you guys for watching the whole of the video, and I'll see you next episode.